This video is on the right channel. Hey, I'm Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar. This is your home for vintage Lego. I love Lego, but one thing that is in my DNA, and it shows through in my Lego collecting as well, but one thing that is core to what I love is trains. I always have a memory of trains. Even the really bad train sets. I've collected a lot of bad train sets over the years. And if you wonder why I like them, it's probably evident from the first train set that my dad bought for me. It was so pitiful. It fell apart. It didn't run very well. It's just a cheap plastic toy train. I don't even know what brand it is. I really should look this up and try to figure out which one it is and try to reacquire that. I'm sure this thing's in a landfill somewhere now. Or it might have got burned in our backyard, as far as I know. Uh, but this, seeing myself as a small child enjoying this pretty crappy train set, and now I can see in my grandson the things that he loves to play with and enjoy that are train related. And he loves all kinds of vehicles, but he really loves trains. He's always wanting to come down to the basement, as he says, to see the trains. So that's why I created an entire channel. It's called Trains Are Fun, and I have a different view of the train collecting hobby than most everybody else, I think. But I do have a lot of people that enjoy watching my videos that I post over there. Over there, I take the hobby from I'm a collector and I just like to have fun with the stuff. I do appreciate detail and realism and realistic model railroads, but I also appreciate toy trains, crashing trains, slot cars versus trains. So yeah. But as a Lego enthusiast, someone who's been a fan of Legos since I was very small, I also, of course, love Lego trains. In fact, when I discovered the internet, that was one of the first things that opened my eyes. There were a lot of things that I had missed, being that most everything that I knew about Lego in the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s was just what I personally saw in stores or in the catalogs that I had. So there were a lot of trains that Lego made from the 60s on up that I had missed. I don't remember any of the Blue Track era trains, even though they were sold here in the US. But so when I discovered the internet, I got into collecting Lego trains. And I have always been a set collector, not as much a mock builder, but I certainly loved collecting all the different Lego trains throughout the eras. I think I have all the trains except for uh, there's two versions of the electronic train from the late 60s that I don't have. The one I think it's set 139, and there's or maybe I do. No, I do have. No, I take it back. I got that one. I guess that one thing. It's one of the standalone packs. It's just a smaller pack. I don't have. But other than that, I think I have all of the train sets that are cars or locomotives. There's some accessory packs I might be missing or add-on track packs. I mean, I got so much. I got every type of track they ever made. So even if I don't have the actual box, I have those. So up until the 90s, I've collected just about everything that they've made. But with the internet, you discover other things. And one of the things that I appreciated was Brick Model Railroader. Not only did they save a great magazine, Rail Bricks, and in fact, you can download for free all of the issues that were ever made of Rail Bricks. Rail Bricks was something I discovered online before, but I think that website went defunct. But Brick Model Railroader had permission to post those on their website. So it's a great read. And it was my first exposure to really cool builds. Well, actually, the first exposure I had would be like North Georgia Lego Train Club and James Mathis and all the stuff that he did. But uh, the Rail Bricks was one of those things. There's probably some James Mathis stuff in there. But Brick Model Railroader, several years ago, started selling instruction kits. When I say, well, they're not really kits, they're just instruction manuals. They come in a box. So I have here on the table, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16 boxes. So it has 16 different instruction manual kits, 15 of which I purchased from Brick Model Railroader. The one, this Brick World exclusive, this was a gift from Kel and Glenn from the Brick Model Railroader. They're kind enough to give me this. And so the thing with these kits is it's instruction manuals. You can also purchase separately decals to decorate your boxcar or your locomotive or your flat car. And the decals are really good. And they really put a lot of thought into making these like model trains. So they're not, these would never be Lego sets because Lego would have issues with the cutting and some of the stability and things like that. But they just look awesome. That green Burlington Northern boxcar, it is still one of my favorite things I've built. Really love it. And I've not built all of these. I got 15 sets. I need to build a locomotive set. Have I even opened this one? Yeah. So this is the instructions for, I love the Burlington Northern paint scheme. So I bought these. I think I bought the stickers too to do one version of this. I think some of these kits you can build multiple different versions of the type of car that they have. So the thing is, these take up space. The instruction manuals come in a box, but then you got, sometimes they're in a binder like this one. Sometimes they're just bound without without the rings. Let's see if I got an example of that. This one feels rather light. Yeah, they're just more like a magazine or a book. And oh, this one has a certificate of authenticity with it for the and this is a boxcar, this Challenger boxcar. I actually saw that at the Colorado Rail Museum, and I have an HO scale version of it. I have this one, and I have pictures of the one I saw out there in Colorado. So I have been collecting some HO scale versions of some of these cars. So this is that, what do they call it? Yeah, the Challenger Express box coach. I don't think I built these gondolas yet. I'll go ahead and show you every kit they got. This is the first one. This was the very first kit, a white box car. And I have it with the Brick Model Railroader decals on it. I want to build another version of this. They made some stickers for Brick Journal, which was my favorite magazine that was a general Lego magazine, which is, I think, discontinued now. I've missed the last 10, 12 issues. Magazines just got too expensive, but I wanted to get, build another one, put those stickers, decals that I bought, and I also wanted to build a pink one. I did the last video I did, there were some pink parts mixed in with my Mindstorm set. I think it came from a tray I had of pink parts I was collecting to try to build this in pink. This is a pretty cool one, even though it's a flat car, it's pretty cool. And I have the HO scale version I have of this flat car. It got kind of warped. I don't know what happens. I got to find another, and it's hard to find that HO scale version. But I built 2 different versions of the flat car. The caboose. Oh, that was a good one. The caboose. Got that built. This one is the one I made, the Burlington Northern boxcar. Love it. Great set. Have not built this refrigerator. I think this is a refrigerator car. Yeah, Fruit Express. Have not built that one. Have not built this hopper car. I have not built the BNSF locomotives. I did build this one, this hopper car, 55-ton hopper. Got that one built. I do have this one. Well, this has 6 different versions of a tank car that you can build. There's Gunderson High Cube. I can't remember if I built that. I don't think I did. Definitely didn't build these locomotives. I built the yellow pulpwood, or actually it's not a pulpwood car, it's a bulkhead flat car. I just haven't put the decals on it. And then of course the Reading passenger cars. There's this one and this one. I bought some of the green windows. I was going to build these. Oh, and these actually come with interiors you can add too. Yeah. So, talking about the redding, these you need a locomotive to pull these. So, one of the things that was offered. Oh yeah, here's the Brick Journal stickers for the Brick Journal boxcar. Yeah, wanted to build that. So, try to put these back in. About 5 years, in fact, almost 5 years ago exactly, they made an offering for a Redding T1. I have the HO scale version of the Redding T1. I'll try to remember to put a link to it. So I have bought all the HO scale versions of these cars. All right. And it's actually, if you go to Trains Are Fun, if you see it on a laptop where you can see more, my profile background photo, not the one where I'm standing in front of the desk, but the one you see the trains. I have the Lego version and I have the HO scale versions. And my goal was to build, when I build all the Lego versions, to get an exact replica or as close as I can. Sometimes it's hard to get the road number exactly the same, but some of those have the exact same road number. And I have a HO scale version of it and the Lego version. And so I had the caboose, I had all the several different cars, and I wanted to build these. But what I want to do with the freight, I wanted to have two different trains. I could run freight train and passenger train. I wanted that Redding T1 to pull it. So it was one of those things I had to debate on whether or not to do it, because this was going to be an expensive project. This locomotive was going to be a kit that wasn't just going to be the instructions. It was going to be all of the parts you needed, including power functions or power functions compatible things, the motors, the controllers, the sound generator. So there's some custom things that aren't made by Lego, they're made by other companies, but it was going to include as much possible genuine Lego bricks. $1,600. In order to reserve your right to purchase it, you had to give them $800. And I was doing, this was, YouTube had kind of been on the downslide for me for years, but I made enough each month that I could justify spending that money. And then I said, this is probably a banger video. I can't believe I just said banger video. I'm losing my man card. I can't believe I just said man card. But anyway, I was excited to get it because having the parts already sourced, I mean, yeah, it probably would have been half the cost if I just sourced the parts myself. and the reason I haven't built these is just because I haven't taken the time to go get this, because there's a large number of the parts I could probably get from my collection, my Bricklink store. And then sometimes what I do is if I need a lot of the parts, I just go and buy sets that have those parts and part them out and put the extra parts in my Bricklink store to kind of alleviate the costs. But anyway, so I was excited, but it was going to be a long process. But 1 year went by, then 2 years went by, then 3 years went by, and they say they're getting close. They had some problems with some of the custom elements. Because I think there was going to be some of the connecting rods were going to be custom, and they wanted everything to be just right, because this is a premium product. You're just talking what more than what a lot of people pay for their mortgage for a month is the cost of this Lego set. You'd think Lego is expensive. I mean, Lego hasn't come up with $1,000 set yet, but Brick Mile Railroader did $1,600. And so I put the $800 down, and here we are 5 years later. No T1. And so Kel was very slow to respond, but he did respond back, I think, in February of 2024. He apologized, and he said he didn't make excuses and everything, and so we gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he gave us some options. And really, at this point, I would like to have the instructions in whatever parts you've gotten so far. If it's not going to have all the motors and stuff, that's fine. But we just don't, I don't think it's ever going to be realized. And I was very angry, being transparent, when they made a post for something they're coordinating with. I don't know if they're organizing it or they're just sharing it. But my thing was, please fulfill this 5-year-old debt somehow. Make us whole again. And I was very angry when the post went up, and then I've calmed down. And one thing that I want to thank my viewers, because I think of the generosity that people have shown me these last few weeks while I've not been working. And so that just made me rethink how I'm viewing this. It's like I am disappointed, but I'm going to let the leash out a little longer. I mean, I posted on the post. I'm like, I'm tired of being silent on this. So I'm keep my word on that. I'm not being silent about it anymore. But I want my T1. I want my instruction manuals. I want to be done with it. And I think it'd be stress off of Kel's life. So I don't know what he has in his power to do that won't be a financial burden to him, because I would hate for him to go into financial ruin for this. But I don't know how many other people put down the $800. I know of at least one, and I think there's more. If you have put down $800, I doubt, you know what, the way I started this video, I don't even know if those people will be watching at this point. But I would like to know how many people. So maybe I should do another separate thing. I don't know. This is my rant. So this whole video was a rant. I want my T1. Kel, please. And I hope this came across not heavy-handed. I hope, I just want you to know that I am disappointed, but I don't want to put a burden on you, Kel. But I would like to have the instructions and whatever pieces you can get, and just leave it at the 800, and just make us whole that way. It's like, again, if we don't have the sound, the motors, we can figure it out. I don't know what's an acceptable compromise, because I don't know how much of the value was in those other components that were going to be added, and I just want something so I can build it. And I know it can be built, because they did a video 5 years ago of the completed T1 as they had it at that time. Now, I'm sure there's going to be some minor modifications since then. So there, that I made my video, unscripted, one take. So I hope I made sense. I hope I probably misspoke throughout here, but yeah, I love trains. I love where Lego Trains has come. I'm disappointed that Lego does it more, but this was a nice thing to do. If you want to see somebody who's built pretty much all of these kits and tons of multiples of them, Nader's Mox, he's made some really long. He takes them to some of the shows, but he's made an insane number of these Brick Model Railroader kits, and with all kinds of different road names in colors. It is phenomenal. Check him out, Nader's Mox. And yeah, I'm probably just going to build one each. Even if I build any more, something to do in my retirement. I love trains. Trains are fun. If you like trains, check out my channel. Trains are fun. If you don't, that's okay. I like Lego. If you like Lego, you're at the right place. And I'll be back tomorrow in a different shirt. I'm wearing this Santa Fe shirt because I was going to talk about trains. It's classic. Santa Fe's classic. It's one of the all-time classic Lego sets. And not my favorite railroad, but it's classic. You can't go wrong with the Santa Fe.